Hi, I'm G Baby, and here with a big business movie review for the movie A Knock at the Cabin. And if you don't know what that is, it's a movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and his movies have been very hit or miss because there's been some, great movies like Signs and what's that one where you see dead people? Can't remember the name of that one, but some very good movies. But there's also been some very egregious, horrible movies, like the Avatar movie where it was accused of whitewashing and just did no justice to the characters. So yeah, there's been some bad ones, but there's been some good ones, some in between ones, like the one with Mark Wahlberg where like the plants were killing people. It's a bit out there. Sometimes he's very great at building suspense in a lot of these movies, but sometimes he just fumbles the bag at the end. And this movie was different though. This movie was excellent. I definitely, I'm gonna start off just by saying right off the bat, I'm not gonna give no spoilers, but this movie was excellent, and it lived up to the hype that the trailers build. And overall, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, almost a 10. But let's get into it. So this movie stars Batista, and I gotta say, Batista is probably the best wrestler turned actor out of all of them, because I say John Cena and The Rock pretty much just play versions of themselves in all their roles. Like, especially The Rock, he's literally just The Rock in every single movie he's in, and I love it. I sign up for it. I go to all The Rock's movies. I enjoy seeing him, just be himself in these ridiculous action sequences. But Batista is trying to be a more serious actor, and I think he does a really good job at it, because in this movie he really sells that he's this. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but I'm only going to say that he plays a school teacher who's in a very desperate situation, and it's actually believable that Batista's a school teacher. You know why? Because he does great acting. So I gotta say, I'm very excited to see him in more serious roles. He recently gave up being Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, so he wants to focus less on Marvel superhero stuff and more on actual real acting, and the guy is talented. So he's also he has this big physical presence, obviously, because he's a big guy. So he steals every scene he's in. Between his great acting and his physical presence, he just really made this movie top tier. So, the rest of the actors did a very convincing job. This movie was excellently acted. The cinematography was amazing. There's so many camera angles that are very unsettling, especially in the beginning when Batista's character is having a one-on-one conversation with this little girl. It's just very unsettling throughout because of the use of the atmosphere, the setting, camera angles, very zoomed in camera angles in the beginning. And they do a lot without saying as much. So it's not bombastic in the beginning where there's big, explosions, all this stuff. It builds up to what it gets to, and if you see in the trailer, you see it's like a end of the world type apocalypse thing, but it builds up in the majority of the movie. Almost the entire, I would say maybe 85% of the movie takes place in this one cabin. So when a movie focuses on one location, it has to do a very great job with the characters to really sell the story, because you're not relying on these gigantic set pieces and different settings, locations. So they do a great job, and they use the flashback very well in this movie, I think, to tell a very compelling story. So, about acceptance and, prejudices and, different things regarding that. So I think this movie was excellent. All his movies tend to have some type of message woven in. So this one was really good, about family, about love, about acceptance, and, accepting other people. But overall, wow, it was great. You definitely should see it. It came out in theaters last week, and it should be out in theaters for a while, so definitely go see it. It's called A Knock at the Cabin, and it gets a 9 out of 10 from me. It's almost perfect, almost. It's the reason I don't give it the full mark is that I didn't, cry or anything in this movie. It didn't give me goosebumps, so that's a 10 for me. But this was not there, but it was very good, very entertaining throughout. It they threw in a couple flips that was like very taken aback by, and it was a great movie. So go see it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and take care. Thank you.